Hare Krishna. Good morning, everyone, for joining today. So we are continuing our summarizing the chapters from the Living Name by His Holiness Sachinanda Swami Maharaj. So far we have completed reviewing the first three chapters. Uh, let's see. So we covered the chapter one yojana. How do we align our body, mind, and heart? And then in the sambandha, we talk about how do we practice in the sambandha, chanting with the sense of relationship. And then in the next one is in the seva, offering our chanting as a service to Krishna, and as well as praying for the service. So both these practices are very essential, understanding that Krishna's holy name is non different from Krishna himself. And now in today we'll be covering the next one, another deep secret that will help us to please Krishna and obtain his mercy. So that is in the uh, when we chant with Vipralamba, the mood of separation from Krishna. So in chanting, this means that we deepen our feeling of missing Krishna, so which is very effective in opening the heart and also inviting him to reside within. So before we invite Krishna to in our heart, Srila Prabhupada says that our heart needs to be purified so that one is able to see that our real need and only need is Sri Krishna's association. And uh, and as we have to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the six Goswamis of Vrindavana, as Prabhupada has explained, they always chanted, uh, Krishna's name in the mood of separation, and they never said, I have seen Krishna, and I last night I danced with Krishna. No, they were just crying. Where is Krishna? They were always searching after him, wondering if they would able to finally see him. So we should also desire intensely to see and be with Krishna. But first thing is to purify. We become purified through our devotional service. Otherwise, it's not possible. And one example given in this is how do we chant in the separation is one analogy given is a sadhus learns from the girl in love. When girl is searching for his dear one, and when she passed by the sadhu who is in the meditation, she cannot recognize her. She just passed the sadhu without anything. But when the next time when she came, she able to offer obeisances to sadhu, and sadhu asked like, you ignored me previously, and now what happened? So girl says that I didn't even notice because she was in searching for his dear one. So so that's how Sadhu learned that in the perspective how she was longing for his our dear one, and she could not focus on, she could not even recognize anything. I think that is the strong desire or separation one should feel, and in that mood, one has to chant and chant the holy name. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also mentioned in the Sistashtaka verse 5, Ayi Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitamam Vishame Bhavam Budau Krupaya Tavapada Pankaja Sita Duli Sadrisham Vichintaya. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us how to open our hearts to a deep feelings of separation, in this prayer. Oh Lord Krishna, son of Maharaj Nanda, I am your eternal servant. But because of my own acts, I have fallen into this horrible ocean of nescience. Now please be causelessly merciful to me. Consider me a particle of dust at your lotus feet. So yet externally, Krishna may be far away, but your situation as a soul fallen into the material world remains. But if you imbibe this mood of separation, Krishna will come into our heart without delay. And another meaning given of Vipralamba means outside absence, inside presence. Externally, we feel apart from Krishna, but internally, we feel connected. I think that is the good meaning of the Vipralamba given in this. And also in the next verse of Sri Sishtastika, verse 6, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explicitly talks about hankering for Krishna. Uh, Nayanam Galadashtudaraya, Vadanam Gadgada Rudaya Gira, Pulakai Nichitam Vapu Kada, Tava Nama Grahane Bhavishyati. Oh dear Lord, when will my eyes be beautified by filling with the tears that constantly glide down as I chant your holy name? When will my voice falter and all the hairs on my body stand erect in transcendental happiness when I chant your holy name? That's how the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks with this word with apparent distress. I pray to you, Krishna, please accept me as your servant and give me a salary, ecstatic love for you. So here it says, please give me just a fraction of that premadana. So we are all the beggars of this premadana, and also uh, the way we should chant is like as if one is in the brink of death. Please give me some alms to maintain my life, I think. And in the next Maharaj talks about the beggar of the mind, how we should beg for the mercy of Krishna, and through the people of from the sadhus, as the rich, as the beggar goes and beg from the rich people, we should similarly beg for Krishna's mercy and from the sadhus, who are advanced in their spiritual, in their transcendental position. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu elaborated that this beggar could not find what he wanted in his own home. That home is a body, and where there was only material enjoyment. He longed for greater treasure. So he took his disciple. What are the disciples? Who are the disciples? The 10 senses with him to start his begging campaign. So yeah, we could not find what we want in our body, and we are taking all our 10 senses with us to beg for Krishna's mercy, or in search of mercy, in separation from Krishna, we should chant. And also, we heard about many times in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feelings of Vipralamba were overpowering the flood in Jagannath Puri, when he would reside in a small room called the Gambhira and would stay all night chanting Krishna, Krishna, with the deep feelings of separation, in the mood of Radharani yearning for Krishna. Sometimes he would rub his soft cheeks against the wall, back and forth, up and down, until his face drew blood. At other times, he would magically escape through closed doors and high security walls. So this tells that the mood of separation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is experiencing, you know, in the how Radha feels separation from Krishna. So these are all the great examples, and look, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to feel the taste of like separation of Radha from Krishna in the form of Radha. I think we know that how important chanting in the Vipralamba mood. And the mood of the Gadiyas is the mood of the beggar. And there are some uh, uh, verses they talk about how do we feel separation from Krishna, how do we pray, and also where do we start is the Govinda's necessity. So Govinda Virahename. So what Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is crying for Govinda, that is the real necessity of the life. Govinda Virahename, Govinda's necessity. So that's how we should chant, and we should feel that our necessity is Krishna, and Krishna is our supreme father, and we are part and parcel of him. Only way we can get out of this birth and death or material suffering is to taking a shelter of holy name, and in the bhava of Vipralamba, or in the bhava of separation. And how do we access these deep feelings, as we talk about how the great devotees, as the beggar goes to rich people, we should beg from the great devotees who have realized the Krishna, who has the Nama Ruchi. And also Maharaj says about devotion is infectious. So when we associate with devotees, who are fully imbibed in Krishna and Krishna's consciousness, we can also get that from their mercy. So the association with the sadhu works in the same way. When they speak or share their genuine experiences, something will come into our heart Words born from the hearts of the great devotees can move us like nothing else. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written four songbooks, replete with the deep prayers capable of touching our hearts and awakening devotional feelings of separation. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur recommended that every Vaishnava should possess these songbooks and read them again and again. And also, Srila Raghunatha Dasa Goswami and Rupa Goswami wrote ashtakas and prayers to imbibe our devotional feelings, and they would sit in their places of bhajana, worship, to chant japa and sing the kirtan. So, there are, and also it says like when the longing reaches the boiling point, uh, you know, uh, once the I think there were a lot of stories in Vrindavan. One of them is when the saint living near Nandagram, who worshipped Krishna and Balrama for his entire life, but he had become so old that all his hair turned gray and his teeth fell out, and his hands shook. So, Sadhu was asking, Krishna and Balrama deities, uh, you are not, and when he appeared, he says, you're not fair, you never reciprocate with my efforts to please you. And he wants to leave his home and he wants to go away, and he started walking away from deities, and he said, I don't want to take care of you anymore, you're not even reciprocating and all. Then Krishna and Balrama appeared to them. So these are one of the examples, how one should feel of missing of Krishna in our life and chant, and so that surely Krishna chooses to intensify devotees' feelings to a boiling point before he comes to them. So this is the example. So we should all chant and hope we reach to that state one day. So there are a couple of example exercises given. One is chanting with spiritual master. So we should invite spiritual master, we should offer them water, we should take their permission, or we should take their blessings to chant with our Guru Maharaj or our Srila Prabhupada next to us. And you see a lot of times which people have their guru or Srila Prabhupada in their altar to take a shelter of him and get a mercy. And so that's how one way to chant in that, get the mercy. And the second exercise talking about evoking vipralamba to overcome mechanical chanting. So here in this example, there is a song by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakura from the Gitavali book that illustrates the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's meaning. Gaite Gaite Namaki Dasa Hoile. So the meaning of this is, I am Krishna's eternal servant. I am suffering from material miseries. I must, what I must do in order to see Krishna. I'm not seeing any pleasure in this worldly life. My ears are filled with tears. One moment appears to be equal to 100 yugas, and I am unable to tolerate the separation from Govinda. So looking in every direction, I see the world is completely empty. So please save my life by showing me the beloved Lord of Radha. I cannot tolerate the separation from Krishna anymore, and only a few days left before the life air leave my body. I think this is the meaning of the song in which we can meditate and do a chanting. So the inner resolve for this chapter is, Krishna, I want only you. I need nothing else in this life. And life is full of empty without you not being in our heart. So with that, I think we can start to the next chapter chanting.